welcome to the breakdown of Do You Accept? So, I know that this video is long overdue, as you can see down here, 4 months ago since this video was posted. This is actually like the 4th time I've recorded this. Not recently. I've recorded this like 3 times in the past 4 months. This time though, this video is going to actually be posted. Also, I say as you can see down here, but you're not going to be able to see that if you're listening to this on the Project Podcast. I would name it, but I have no idea what I'm going to call it yet. But this is episode 1 of that podcast. So, 4 months since Do You Accept started. 4 months since Do You Accept was posted, and 4 months since this project began. It really doesn't feel like that long. 49 subscribers on the channel. We did have 50 for a hot minute, but then we lost one, unfortunately. No worries, I think we'll probably be able to do better. Before we get to all that though, let me just say real quick, so, well, you can actually see it right down here. So, I posted the second FNAF video that I've ever done. I did FNAF Explained over a year ago, and it got 300 views, and it blew my mind, and as of right now, as of recording this, it is my most popular video. Now, this video I did on FNAF 1 2 days ago has almost exactly the same amount of views, and right now it's at 298, and I think it's very close to beating Do You Accept? I mean, not Do You Accept, I think it's very close to beating FNAF Explained, and there will be more FNAF content coming in the future. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to this. So, here we have the description of Do You Accept? The description reads as this. Hello everybody, I'm so sorry for not posting in the past 8 months. Yes, this was the gap between, I think it was February 23rd and October 1st of 2023. Because the video I had posted before this was a video about YouTube Simulator D, and I believe that was like on February 23rd, 2023. So there was a huge gap. That's actually why I never did an anniversary video for my 3rd anniversary. It was because of that gap, because there wasn't really much to look back on. However, God, that scared me. However, when I do the 4th anniversary video this year, this coming September, I will go over not just stuff throughout the year of 2024, but also throughout the year of 2023, and probably some stuff from 2022 as well. Hell, I might even go over, like, all the channel, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, things haven't been that great lately. Between reshooting this video and just during my freshman year of high school, it's been a rough time. So yeah, to Do You Accept, I had to record this video several times. I had to shoot the full thing. I had to reshoot the whole thing a couple times. I had to reshoot only about half of it like the last time though. Part of it was because of technical difficulties, because I recorded it with this camera. If you're listening to this on the podcast, you have no idea what I'm holding in front of the camera. This is the camera I use though. So, it actually has I'm holding it in front of it. It actually has a mic that sat right here that we attached, and I used it for a short time, but in the several times that I had to reshoot this video, I went to edit, and for some reason it just wasn't picking up any audio, So I said, screw it, and I unplugged the mic, and now the camera works fine. So yeah. But also, yes, I am a freshman in high school as of right now. I'm in my second semester of it. So, cool. I've promised this project for a long time, which is true. I was planning to do this project way before 2023. I think when I first thought of doing something like the character that this video is focused on, I think I first thought of that character, like, I want to say 2021, maybe? I don't know. It was a long time ago that I first thought of it. And the story was a lot different back then. Back then, there wasn't going to be what there will be now. Alright. And so here it begins. Turn on CC for clarification. I'll get to that in a second. You can actually, you can see it up there, but I'll get to that in a minute. Please don't take the effect at the end as content theft. I just want to make things look cool. Hope you enjoy. So what I meant by that is the effects, all the effects that I use at the end of the video for that character, as we know him by now, as we know him right now, or I guess, a puzzled name, which we'll get to in other episodes of this podcast. Because there are quite a few videos that I need to break down, but I'll do that at some point. So, with basically all those effects are quite similar. They're kind of similar to a certain other thing on YouTube that I won't mention. And I'm not trying to make it look like that. I just want to make it look unique from all the other stuff that's on my channel, which this video really is. So this whole message here is signed by Tyler, which is my name, but in parentheses, in glitch font, it says Jim, because my character name is Jim, or Detective, as I'm called throughout this video. Yeah, we'll get to that. The three comments. So Aiden said, when Lucella's name was back, quoting a moment in the video that we'll get to in a bit, I replied saying, Lucella, I wonder what that could mean. I don't even know if I'm doing that face correctly. And then he says the one that literally said it before me, I have no idea what the hell that means. Aiden, if you're watching this, can you explain to me what the hell you said here? Because I don't understand it at all. Anyway, 13 views, but about to get 14. No likes. That's sad. Anyway, let's get to the so. Yeah, disclaimer, at some point during this video, I talk low, turning on CC is recommended. I do not copy anyone else's work, restating what I said in the description. And yes, the reason why CC is recommended to be turned on is because I do kind of talk low a bit during the video, but it's that combined with the fact that this camera's audio is not that high. This camera records quite quietly. I actually have to increase the volume of the camera audio as much as I possibly can in editing every time I use it to make a video. So, that's just the way it is. Anyway, let's get to it. Right, so this video, the reason why, this is of course the intro I had, this is not the intro I currently use now. I have brought back the Minecraft intro, but even better than it was before. So, the reason why, first of all, the intro here is kind of cut off, as you can tell. That was not intentional. So, this was the first video I ever used in Clipchamp, which is the newer Microsoft editor. About every video that I've ever made, I have edited with the older Microsoft editor, Photos, or Photo Legacy, whatever you want to call it, which is like the default editor that's actually on the computer. And then Clipchamp came out, and I started to use it, and this was the first video I successfully edited it with. And I didn't really realize how the timeline mechanic works in that editor, and I kind of accidentally cut off the intro a bit, but I decided to just leave it be because I thought it would kind of fit the video a bit better. And then of course the glitch effect, courtesy of Clipchamp. Every effect used in this video is courtesy of Clipchamp. The reason why you've never seen effects like this on any of my other videos prior to this is because the older editor doesn't have any of this. It's all because of Clipchamp. And that's the main reason I use Clipchamp, also because of the picture-in-picture aspect of the editor as well. Alright, let's get to this. Hello, everybody. So, glitch text, just like the glitch text up here, do accept. Now, originally, I was going to have the glitch text in the title of the video and the glitch text in the video be two separate entities speaking, but now, it's actually the same entity speaking. So, yeah. Originally, this was going to be A saying it, but it's actually someone, or rather, something else. Glitch effect here. Oh, also you can see the static. That is the VHS effect, because I thought it kind of fits more the analog horror aspect of the video, because that's kind of what the video is. It's basically me walking around holding a camera. That's what analog horror is. So I thought that was kind of cool. Also, this thing up here in the top left corner, I know you can't really see it on camera. I know you can't really see it in the video because of the title here. But that's not from the editor, that's from the camera. If you look closely at the camera in every one of my recent videos, you can actually see that very same thing in the corner. And that's because that's part of the camera and I can't do anything about that. That's just the way it is. It pisses me off that the camera does that and that I can't fix it. But for this I've left it in because I thought I'd add more to the analog horror aspect. And the glitch effect here is because I'm kind of like having a nightmare. And you can see, so yeah. Oh, I don't have captions turned on. Whoops.
No. No. No.
I'm gonna turn up the volume a bit because it's actually a bit quiet for me, although my ears are kind of having problems lately. My ears are kind of having problems lately, so that could be why. It could also just be that I'm not used to listening to something without having headphones on. I don't know. So, let me just talk real quick about nightmares. So, I don't have that many nightmares, but I do have some. Sometimes they're nightmares, other times they're just really weird-ass dreams. One nightmare I had recently that actually scared the hell out of me. So, I'm trying to remember what it was. I was downstairs, and there was this weird bug-like creature. I think it was like a mix between a spider and a wasp. and I was really terrified to go near it, because I'm scared of spiders. I'm scared of spiders, bees, ants, hell, sometimes I get nervous around a damn fly. That's just who I am. So it was like a mix between a spider and a wasp, and I was terrified to go near it. All of a sudden, it came over to me. It went onto my neck. So if you can imagine, it went onto the back of my neck, and it had like the legs of a spider, but it was like, I don't know if it was like biting me or like using its arms to dig at the back of my neck, but it was doing it like really quickly. So for those of you who are watching the video, it was kind of like it had its arms and legs on my neck, and it was like doing that on my neck. Like it was quickly digging at my neck, and it scared the crap out of me. And I burst up out of my sleep, and it's like I could feel it. Like I could feel it psychologically. And I was shaking, like I was shook to the bone. It was like a Disney ride. I was shook to the bone. Because it was bad. It was bad. I distinctly remember it was actually on a day that I had to get up at 5 in the morning for school. It was terrifying. It was really bad. It was really bad. Now a weird dream that I've had, and this is probably the weirdest one I've ever had, but it was also kind of creepy. So, y'all know, for those of you who have seen some of my oldest videos, like even my first video, My House Tour, you'll know that I have a dog, a big dog, who we call Cammy, which is short for Camembert. So, we also had a small-ish black cat named Boo. She was an old lady. She was like, I want to say 17, which is pretty old for a cat. She did not live much longer past that. And I'll get to that in a minute. So this was creepy. So, in this weird dream, I was on the Oculus, which is sitting behind me over here. So I was playing VR, but I didn't have my controller. I was in my room, but it had like a weird, creepy, greenish tint. It was strange. I look over, I can see the controllers, like in the corner of the room, out of reach. In front of me, I see this screen that looked oddly similar to the desktop screen, like my wallpaper of my computer. Of this computer. It was strange. So it's like I'm playing VR, but I'm inside my computer at the same time. That's weird, right? But here's where it gets creepy. I look over on my bed. I look over and I can see Boo sitting on my bed, looking sad, looking miserable. And she's so far out of reach. And then about, I don't want to say a few, but like, I would say probably like about half a year or so later, she passed away. It sounds really depressing, I know, but it's true. So like I think she had like cancer or something. I think it was that she had cancer, she was really thin, and she was really old. I think that's why she passed away. But the fact that I saw her in a weird dream, and that she was out of reach, and that she was miserable, and that then that miserability ended after that. like, shortly after that, it was unsettling. And that's kind of what this reminds me of. But yeah, I know it's like a sad / creepy note, but it is what it is. Let's get back to this though. I'm trying so hard not to look at the camera. What in Lucella's name was that? So I said I would get to that in a bit, and here we are at that. So, if the name Lucella doesn't ring a bell, then I am sad to say that you have missed out on one of the greatest Roblox games ever created. So, Lucella is of course a reference to the name of the city from Piggy. One of my favorite, actually probably not one of, my number one favorite Roblox game of all time. So, I know it doesn't seem like it, but this does have to do with Piggy. I know that on the surface it doesn't seem like it, but you'll see how it does. You'll see. Anyway. The time back then like break. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Right, so distant noise, obviously, there wasn't a distant noise at all. I just put that in there for dramatic effect. But let me tell you something that was weird. And I am so sad that I didn't catch this on camera, because this was really funny, this was really weird. So, one of the times that I had to reshoot this video, not this time, obviously, but on one of the past times that I had to reshoot this video, so I hear, whenever I'm in my room, that's where I am right now, whenever I'm in my room, I hear some creepy ass noise. Now, like, sometimes I hear, like, the house settle, I hear weird stuff coming from outside, I hear stuff coming from downstairs, like, it's weird. So, on one of the times that I had to reshoot this video, I heard a weird noise coming from outside, like a thud. I really wish that I had that in this video, but I didn't, sadly. But oh well. That is my door. First of all, that was the sound of my door creaking a lot. Literally everything in our house creaks. Oh. Sorry, my throat hurts all of a sudden. That was weird. Hopefully I can get through that. Also, the noise of air that you hear is actually the, vent. There's a huge vent, like, right above my head right now, where we're paused. And I guess the AC was on at that time. It's so loud. So the door is cracked open. And see, look at that. So right there, I'm now turned off. So right there, that is, these are two monitors, and that's a big ass computer, which all that stuff is actually still here. Both these monitors are actually still right up here, and that computer is still right there. And I would be using it right now rather than using this laptop, but this computer doesn't really work. I've tried to make videos on this thing. I've even tried just simply watching YouTube, and I can barely even get it to do that without either heavily lagging or even crashing the computer, because it's really old. But I might be able to use one of these monitors at some point if I can figure out a way to get them to hook up to this laptop, maybe. I don't know. That's sound of me hitting a rocking chair that's actually still over there. Right, so let me just say real quick. So no one was helping me with the video. I did this whole video completely by myself. So there was no one like down on the ground pulling the door shut. I was completely alone when I made the video. So what I did, see if I can kind of reenact it. So what I did is in one hand, probably this hand, or even, I don't remember, but in one hand I held the camera and I put my other hand behind my back and I put it on the door and slowly shut it until I made it hit the door frame and then quickly turn around. So it was like, okay, yeah, very funny, guys. You know, something like that. And I actually had to reshoot that a couple of times because at one point I actually turned around while shutting the door, trying to make sure I was doing it all the way. And I had to try so hard to look ahead and not look back at the door. It was a pain. Also, originally, so the paper, actually I'll get to that in a minute. That's not awesome. That's not awesome. That's like the most basic thing I can say at the moment.
Hello.
Man, my voice changed a lot in the past 3.5 years. Like, oh, it's funny. So, I was with Aiden the other day, and like we have a ton of recorded videos on Google Drive. So, for those of you who have seen a lot of my videos, you will know that a lot of my videos are recorded on Zoom, or were, and I did them with Aiden. That was a long time ago. And that would be like something I would do really frequently with him. So we had like a bunch of those saved to Google Drive. And I think the ones that we were watching were ones that he had me record that he like posted on one of his older channels that no longer exist. So it was like just us playing Roblox Piggy. It was funny, we got to hear the older Piggy bot theme, you know, the one that sounded like Peppa Pig. That was very nostalgic for me. But here's what was funny. So we were watching some of those old videos the other day. His voice was really high, but my voice, Jesus Christ, my voice was high. I mean, and when we recorded them, I was probably like still 11. So it was probably like when I first started doing YouTube. And I mean, I sounded like I was 3 years old. Right now, I'm gonna be 15 in just a few months. I was 11 when I started YouTube, and I sounded like I was 3 years old. Like, what? I mean, it was also really cringe. Y'all don't want to see it. It was cringe. It was weird. But it was funny, though. And they are actually still on Google Drive, and I think I could actually go on there and view them if I wanted to. Maybe I will show them at some point. Actually, you know what? Hold up. Comment down below on the video or the podcast, whichever one, or both. It doesn't really matter where. But comment down below if you want me to show those at some point, like make a video about watching them. Because I think it could be really funny. I don't think y'all have ever seen that. I don't think it's on my channel, although I'd have to check. But I think it's stuff that Aiden was going to post on his older channel that doesn't exist anymore. Anyway. Okay, so originally, to hear the paper was just sitting on the table. Originally, what I did is I had it folded, and I put it inside of a, like, plastic chest, like a plastic fake wood chest, or maybe it's real wood, I'm not sure, but like a small wood chest that I had sitting on the table, and then I had that chest sitting inside of my safe, and I had the safe locked, and I put the keys on the 3rd floor somewhere. And originally what I was going to do is I would walk up there, I would come in here, I would look over there and see the safe, but it would be locked. So then I would look for the key, I would go upstairs, I would find it, I would come back down here, unlock the safe, open the chest, and then I would read the paper. But I had to redo this video so many times that I just didn't want to do that. And I just didn't. So I just got up out of the bed, walked in here, picked up the paper, read it, and then cut to the weird stuff.
Hello, detective.
Hello, detective. So yes, detective is me, of course. Lucella, detective. It should start to sound familiar if you know Piggy. It's referencing the player.
It's so nice to finally talk to you. Well, at least partially.
It's so nice to finally talk to you, well, partially. So, that seems kind of like out of place, but it's a thing that he actually brings up here in a few minutes.
I know you must have so many questions.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you? What do you want? How do you know who I am?
Yeah.
For now, all I can tell you is all questions have answers.
All questions have answers. So, and that is in the new Minecraft intro, by the way. But you're gonna see that phrase pop up, from time to time. You know, you're gonna see that phrase pop up. All questions have answers, young Jimmy. Wait, should I actually have that character say that, maybe? I don't know. You've already met me, canonically.
And you will get those answers soon enough.
Soon being a very relative term. By soon, he really means not for a long-ass time. 'Cause, yeah.
But let me offer you a deal.
A deal. A deal. Now, where does that sound familiar? Let me offer you a deal. That may not ring any bells, but if you watch the more recent videos that the character has appeared in, you might start to see who that kind of references.
I can show you things unlike anything you've ever seen.
Some might even say the supernatural? Maybe.
All I need from you is the will to cooperate.
Right, so all I need from you is the will to cooperate. So, what exactly does that mean? I know that it's at least left Adam puzzled. So, what does it mean? So, do you accept is a question that the other entity is, of course, asking you. So basically, the question, do you accept, and the whole deal, the whole offer. So, it's an offer that he's making to me, but it's also an offer that he's making to you, the viewer. So, he's asking me to participate in you. Basically, by the will to cooperate, that basically means that more kind of it's more so being said to you, the viewer. Basically, he's asking you to participate by watching the videos as they come out to see what happens. That's basically what that means.
If you're willing to gain the knowledge, then you will be rewarded. Otherwise, you will live to regret it and suffer with the rest of them.
Right. So that references one of the biggest events in this whole story. An event that we are all too familiar with.
Them.
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 So, do you accept?
Here we go.
The choice is yours.
Choice is yours.
I'll be watching.
Huh. Interesting. I forgot about that. I'll be watching. To have him saying that. I forgot about that. Yeah. Cool. A. Now, of course, A is not his initial. That's just a random letter in his name. So, and I have revealed some of the letters in his name already. So the way I'm going to reveal the letters in his name, I'm not just doing it randomly. I'm actually going to reveal them alphabetically, which is why I started with A. So there we go. Yeah.
A.
Oh yeah, so by the way, that blue shirt that I'm wearing, that is actually the shirt that I was going to have A wear every time he appeared. But I decided not to do that because it would be too much of a hassle. And it's already kind of a hassle enough to keep up with another outfit for another character. Here we go. And there we go. Oh, that's cool. If you look at it from a distance, it looks like his eyes are blacked out like a demon. That's funny. Okay. He looks pissed. And kind of because he is. Because he's insane. I've never get this image out of my head. Damn it. Okay. Anyway, here it is. A. So, the effects I have used here, green screen, VHS, I think I have the comic effect used, I'm not quite sure. Of course, the signature effect being chromatic aberration. Whenever you see chromatic aberration, it means that this guy is watching.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, basically, so, of course, hello, everybody is my classic phrase for starting a video. It has been for I think actually all the 3 years that I've been doing YouTube, I'm not sure.
I must say, it feels good to finally talk. Well,
So yes, it feels good to finally talk to you all. To finally talk. That would imply that he's been wanting to talk for a long time, and that's because he has. Now, it hints at it in this video, but it's not really talked about until I think the next time he appears. Alright. Oh. Also, if you can't figure it out, I know it's kind of hard to tell. I'm actually wearing a Hawaiian shirt, if I remember correctly. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah.
for too long, I have been trapped in this place.
Right, no, this darkness, a black void that I'm standing in, that's not just for the green screen, that's actually where he physically is. At, like, right now. Because he's trapped in this dimension. Trapped in this prison.
But no more. In time, I will be free from this prison.
Yeah. In time, I'll be free from the prison.
Cornet is going to hold me for so long.
Right. Core Mentis. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? What the hell? Alright. So if we go on to here, if we type in Core Mentis, if we translate it from Latin to English, it translates to heart of mind. Latin is going to be very important. Yeah, Latin is gonna be, translating things from Latin to English is gonna be a very important thing for figuring out some puzzles that I'll have coming in the near future. You might want to keep that in mind. In the heart of mind, that is. The core mentis is basically the heart of the mind. Basically like the dimension of the mind. That's basically where he is. Which is very important. Right, so now he looks up and starts rambling to the sky. Now, why is that? Who is he talking to in the sky? Well, he's actually talking to quite a few different people. Quite a few different entities, characters, beings. It's pretty...
Are both of you watching?
Are both of you watching? Right.
Are any of you watching me?
Right, or any...
You think this place envision me?
Alright, that laughter I think I did pretty good on. All the other laughter that's in this video is absolutely cringe, and I deeply apologize.
If only these children, I may not be able to fight yet,
Right.
but I can still torment.
I may not be able to fight yet, but I can still torment. So what that means is, he can't physically be in the real world. That's why whenever you've seen him, you've always seen him in this black void, because he's bound to this void. He can't physically step in to the real world, but that doesn't stop him from penetrating the minds of other people, such as me. That doesn't stop. He can't physically step in the real world, but he can interact with the real world. Which is why that's how the paper was on the table, and that's how the door was cracked open. Because he can interact with objects in the real world, but he can't physically be in the real world. Not yet, anyway.
Believe me, there will be much torment to come.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Yep.
Both of you. Especially you two.
You two.
It's because of you that I like this.
So, basically, the two beings that he is talking to at the moment are the two people responsible for why he looks this way, why he's in this condition.
I have moved on.
Mm-hmm.
You thought I needed different punishment.
I could have moved on, but you thought I needed a different punishment. So, what does that sound like? I could have moved on, but I had to face a different punishment. The punishment that he's facing is not what normal bad people would face. He is facing a very special punishment because of what he's done. He's done a lot of terrible things. You think you've seen this guy at his craziest? You haven't seen anything yet, trust me. This guy is a psychopath.
You don't even know the meaning of the word.
Right.
You have no idea what it's like to do you. And if any of you are watching.
Right, so that is him speaking directly to you all. That's him speaking directly outside of the camera, like, to anyone that watches this video. Because he knows that this is all video. He knows that. He is very aware of what this is. And he knows that people are watching.
If you, Jim, if you're watching.
Right, and now he's talking to me. Now, my character can't really see this, because otherwise, what happened in Half-Life Part 1 wouldn't really... The way I reacted to him in Half-Life Part 1 wouldn't really be possible. So, my character technically never saw this. Basically, when he says, if you, Jim, if you're watching, he's not really speaking to me as my character, he's speaking to me as the person creating the video.
You don't know what it's like, and you will. We shall speak face to face in time.
Right. That was the thing, that was an event that I had been hinting at for a while, and I had actually meant for it to come a lot sooner, but it got very delayed. So, yeah. Again, soon being a very relative term. But also soon being a reference to Piggy as well. It's a reference to the note soon.
We shall see each other a lot sooner than you think.
So, it was intended for that meeting to happen, like, right after this video. Well, okay, not really right after. But I was going to do a Halloween video where I actually dressed up as Scream. I have like a Ghostface costume from Scream. I have like big ass machete thing over there. I actually have, well, that's not it. Somewhere I have a long black coat that's over there. And I actually have, I don't just have a Scream mask. I have like one that you squeeze the heart and it like pumps blood all over your face. I had that, and what I was going to do, and I'm going to have it that not only would this meeting happen in that video, shortly after this, even though this was on October 1st, what I was going to do is that he was going to possess my body for about like a week's worth of videos following that. And that then actually no, what it was is that I would make some videos and then somehow I would be back in the past to Halloween, where then he would possess my body and control me for about a week's worth of videos, and then return to his prison. But that never happened. I really wish I had stuck with that. That didn't happen because of technical difficulties, which I'm kind of sad about. I might bring that back, though. You never know, I might bring it back. Yeah, that's the cringiest laughter I've ever done. And I bet that as soon as Aiden watches me say that, he's probably gonna look at me and go, you laughed way cringier than that. And honestly, he's probably right.
You think of me as a crazy man.
Mm-hmm.
I am no man. I am cold.
Right, so you may think of me as a crazy man, but I am not man. So that's kind of what that means. He is not a normal person. He is not a mortal being. He used to be a normal person, and then something happened that caused him to become like this. He is no longer human anymore. That's why he's filled with chromatic aberration, because no human being has that feature. And that's because he's not human anymore. He's something that goes beyond the level of mortality.
You have no idea what I am.
You have no idea what I am. Not exactly. And we still don't, technically.
You have no idea what I can do.
Yes, you have no idea what it can do. I mean, he is a very important character, trust me.
But you will. You will learn the hard way.
You will learn the hard way. Yep.
That all questions have their answers.
Right.
I still hold you up for that deal, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
and even the rest of you.
Right.
So, I hope you enjoy what I have in store. And I will see you all very, very.
I love how as soon as I lift up my hand and do that, the chromatic aberration immediately fills my hand as I clench it. I love that. That's kind of cool. That's like perfect.
So, I shall see you up ahead.
I shall see you up ahead. Now, on the surface, that doesn't sound like much. That sounds like just a normal term to use. It sounds like just a normal sentence. But the way I'm talking when I say that is that I'm actually imitating one of gaming's greatest characters. You might be able to figure it out if you watch the videos that follow this. If you watch his speeches that follow this one, you might be able to figure out who I'm talking about here. Right, a little jump scare. See you soon. It's that entity again. Very interesting. And then the old outro. There you go. That is Do You Accept? Yep. Soon we're actually coming close on hitting the mark of 5 months that the project began. That's cool. There will be more episodes of this podcast coming in the near future. I'll do a breakdown of Doors number 1, and I'll do a breakdown of Half-Life Part 1, maybe even Half-Life Part 2, I'm not sure. Half-Life Part 1, I'm very excited to break down. That can be a long one. This video was just 9 minutes. I mean, this video was just 9 minutes. This was just a 9-minute video, and it took me a whole hour to break it down. That first Half-Life video is literally an hour and 20 minutes long. Can you imagine how long it's going to take to break down that video? Because it's going to be crazy. But anyway, that's the breakdown of Do You Accept? I will see you all next time in another video, whatever it may be. Whether it's another breakdown video, whether it's another episode of this podcast, or another video, like more FNAF or more Half-Life, or something completely new. I'll see you all next time. So, goodbye.